Hey, this is August, and I'm several jobs today. If the rain comes down for just a little bit, the gully washer, then I can run the brush hog without dusting the neighbors out, and myself for that matter. So that's on the agenda for sure. I just got to get stuff out of here. That's all there is to it. I'm cleaning up. I swept the floor. I'm bringing tools out of it that I've been using on the infrastructure projects and that type of thing. There's a beautiful shot of that gauge. That's the tachometer and the charge gauge, the volt gauge, and the water temperature of the engine. There's Stewart Warner. The two bottom gauges are the Stewart Warner gauges that I added, and the top gauge is a Truckcraft tachometer. Actually, the bus has 1,010 hours and some 4/10. And 4/10. That's what it has. Anyway, let me put this back. I get right in there. I just mess up my own shots is what I do sometimes. Okay. This, I didn't just rush to put the switches in it. It is amazing. This is an amazing paint job. I couldn't ask. This is what I would expect if I would have taken it up and had a pro use a spray bomb on it. But it is beautiful. It's angles, tack, and there's its edge. That's just beautiful. I guess that's the contrast you're going to have between the two, somewhat. So it's something that you can manage, and it is just gorgeous. It has a good coat of paint all the way on this side where the trim goes, the rubber trim. Also I don't like, this is rust. I mean, those were not plated at all. Those were just, again, these things are amazingly in good shape, and they're beautiful. I just, this is such an exciting aspect of the Dash for me. I love that Dash. You cannot make anything any more attractive, at least to me, as far as a Dash in a motorhome vehicle, bus, whatever. I see the new ones. Oh yeah, they're beautiful. They got 1.5 million switches and controls and all that. I'll say it again. I've said it a lot of times. These are special pieces. You can't just go out there and, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get the Stewart Warner gauges and put into mine. I saw that August did that. He put Stewart Warner gauges in the Scenic Cruiser. I sure do want to know the other buses that have this dashboard arrangement in it, and who's keeping to the wire scheme and who's not. That's my suggestion is that I strongly hope the wiring scheme is correct, so the Dash works in the way that it's supposed to. When you need to work on something, it's got to come out. I'm going to let this thing, it's going to stew for another evening. 316 needs to be adopted by a good home. Yes. 316 PD 4501 316 needs to be adopted by a good home that has a that has a barn, garage, actually shop. I would like to see 316 in a controlled environment shop, to tell you the truth. It is a derelict bus, no doubt. It'd be so much work putting this bus back into some kind of a seated coach. Okay. This is by the way, this is a ceramic tile that we're working on top of some pretty thick tablecloth. And we are getting ready to, is there something that I wonder if maybe I ought to get a clean toothbrush and brush these switches. I will before, but let's get the, let's get these little light bulbs in. All right, so I am going to put one of these new light bulbs. All right, this is the second one down. Second one down is the stop lights. So we'll put a new bulb in there. These bulbs are rather tight. I mean, the springs are strong, so it makes it a little hard to, I can't reach them from they're all going to have to be tested in their holes, that's for sure. Yeah, okay. We're getting there, almost there. I am looking at fitting the legend. I'm fitting the legend into just looking at what it is I need to do here, because let's take this up off of its pedestal. This thing has dried for like almost 3 days. I decided not to disturb it and to allow it its time, because it is such a beautiful paint job. I want this to look very nice. I need, now that I've got this thing out from under protection, it has its sitting on its rubber edge, so it's fine, but I need some absolute security with this thing, that it doesn't get banged in any way. Okay, get this off of here. These 4 screws out of here. These are the screws that hold down the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, let's put these screws over here. Hope that I have enough angle on this to get what it is I'm doing. Okay, let's take these. These are the stainless steel screws in the back of the die cast. These were not originally stainless steel, but I changed them, and the die cast is in such excellent condition. It's just beyond reproach. Okay, I need to see what I'm what's going on here. Okay, if that is in there like that, and we set this down, what happens? that is perfect. Except I do need to black out. See those cut out these things that were milled. I don't know when they milled them or what, but this isn't the best. Okay, so that's sitting in there just like that is quite acceptable. And that helps dark out up there. That was all the way up there. I don't see anything wrong with that being just like that. Let me go get some regular electrical tape. I think that looks I think it's going to look excellent is what I think it's going to do. I need to trim. This doesn't need this just ride there. If I can trim it out, or I'm just going to leave it. You know what? I don't know that that's hurting anything. We don't want to do is drag it out from underneath where it's already doing its job. That looks beautiful. What I'm looking at is the ability not to see light in behind the bezel, and it's looking really, really good for daylight focusing. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm calling it this. Let's cram this plate onto it. Make sure that we keep its rubber reliefs. Okay. There it is. It's in position. Let's turn it over. And let's run the screws back into it and tighten up on this new bezel. I think, man, I put it in there upside down. Hey, you can't do it. Wait a minute. No, you can't put that in there upside down. There's no way that you could do that. Well, that yeah, can't do it. But how come the man, that paint job is just really beautiful. It's don't tighten this up yet. I gotta figure out what's going on. This could use some more CNC work. I mean, if we were really getting wanting to replace that inside, because that's what my fish tank man uses. CNCs this stuff. He make just exactly what you want. And we have a black edge of, this is cloth black tape, and it's just to keep the edge from bleeding light through at night. Looks great during the day, but at night, well, it definitely wasn't terrible. Okay, what do we have? Do I have all four of them in yet? No, here's one left. And that's around, yeah, there's nothing wrong with leaving that. That's antique type tape for antique wiring purposes, and I used it for blocking the light. I need to look at the position. Hang on, I don't want this tight yet. Need to look at the position of the lens. this come down? Can this come down? Yeah, that can come down. And I think, yes, definitely, that needs to come down to about there. That's going to look as good as you can get. What I'm talking about is I'm moving the lens now up and down. See the gap at the bottom and the gap at the top in the face. And so I'm just spacing it so it is oh, it really does. It looks so much better than it did. All right, let's tighten up the bolts right there. These are stainless steel screws that you tighten the bezeled end down with. And I know it tightens up on it. That bit of, yeah, we put a little bit of resistance with the black cloth tape as our house. Get this out of here. All right, okay. Now see, the switches are all, they're not touching the paint. They are touching, let's get the switches. These, they're pretty simple. I mean, we're just going to set them. I would have preferred doing it a little differently, maybe, but this stuff is workable. It's not going anywhere. Okay, this switch goes there. This switch goes there. This switch needs to be positioned. Let's get this. It goes there, there. Okay, let's get another one on. That's very nice. Is that too far? Yeah, probably not. Bring this back a little bit this way. Beautiful. Jeez, that looks so, that is sweet. Get this, move on. Let's get these switches tightened in where they work. Okay, this, well, that's where it was. Very interesting. No way, that's exactly where that switch was and how it was put in there. I can see how they've been dragging the wire. We'll look at that. We'll look at that portion of the problem. What's that black spot on this? That's just how it goes in the dash. Now, let's get this one on. I'm gonna go wash my hands. This thing is so nice looking. I want to make sure that I don't see, is that just about right? Right there? Right about there. Okay. Well, that is a reassembled dash panel. Some some tough parts, some not. Getting it done. This is the rubber piece, and this still has the most excellent paint job. I haven't thumped it. I should better go put it in. But I have to get these nuts tight correctly. So let's work at that a minute. See, that should be, they should be all at a straight up and down when I get done. Let's see. That's good enough for that one. This can go a few more times before it'll be good. That's good enough for that one right there. This one. Yeah. I'd like to get some out of that other. Let's see what we got on the other side here. We tighten her up some. Take it down there. Yes, yes indeed we did. And that looks correct. And I think this needs to be tightened up some down here. For sure. Okay. This is the height of the switch tabs, you know. You want the switch to be in at about the same height, each one of them. Okay, I wonder how lucky I'm going to be about getting a. Oh my, oh my. Well, it doesn't need any work. We checked all the lights. You saw it. We did it. I'm just about ready to. I got to get. There's a wrench here somewhere. I'm pretty sure I have a wrench. Let me remove this thing, the parts that we have used and do not need here or on the table or anything. That is pretty much a conclusion, except for putting it in and turning on the headlights. But we do have to see what we can do to tighten up the nuts without scratching the paint on the front, mind you. Without scratching the paint. Let's see, here are some of the notes I do want to add these notes to something. But they are just things, the notes are just things that you have to ascertain for yourself sometimes when you're troubleshooting something. And so again, I just want to let's run and install it in the bus. Not until the switches are tight. Not until the switches are tight can we do that. So, and again, all that motion, these wires are just as good as they ever were. There are no exposed conductors. They're of a plastic of nature or something that's still pliable and good. The only thing that has gone south is the outer coating, which was put there in the first place to keep you from snagging on the inner as you install it. So, it just gives it a little bit added barrier. Oh man, I'm sure glad that I used that. This tape idea is amazing that it's that far outside. This ought to look better. This ought to look good for a long time. And this is the side that was hurting because you could see it when you'd walk up. Let me see what I can do. I got to have a 9/16 that we can get in there. Okay, I am going to slither over here into the driver's seat and get out of the light, and then I'm going to take this newly refreshed panel and get it to feed into where it sets, and get the Empinol plug and start making the connection between the Empinol plug And the component, these aren't usually too hard. Should be able to start it without looking at it, actually. Okay, we're rolling. We're pulling it in. There it is. It's just that easy. I hope this is high enough and that I'm doing a good enough job. But see, this is the problem here, is that I didn't think until afterwards about how much easier it is to remove this one if you take the tachometer out first. And that is completely tight right there. Let's get the screws and cinch this thing down. Screws are right here in the wooden box on the dash. Come here. Oh, let's see what I've got going wrong. Okay. And the Teflon washers. Stainless steel screws. The Teflon washers, that's what keeps this, you know, this this thing's like isolated, insulated. Really hard to, I'm anxious. Let me get, I think I brought a screwdriver with me. Did I not? Yes, I did. And I just want to cinch it up a little bit. Oh, geez. Oh, heaven forbid. That's all you need. Doesn't take much to put if you wrongly place a screwdriver on a new paint job, oh boy. That's not good. Okay. Down, down, down it goes. That's good. Right there. Let's get another screw going. I'm going to get the bottom corner, and then I'm going to go power it up. We'll look at it, see what we think. Anywho, what you see is what you're going to get for the switch panels in here. This is a new paint job because it was a shabby paint job. I didn't like it, so I demonstrated how relatively easy these are to fix. Get that in there. Do not mess with that blade of that screwdriver. Oh, it could damage this paint job quick. Okay, that's it. We're pulled down. Pulled down. Just pulled down. Yeah, it is. And they're centered, so the others are certainly somewhat centered. But what I want to do is let me go turn on the main switch. I will be back, and so we can look at what that looks like. All right, we put less light out there. Okay, here we are. I'm going to turn on the marker lights. Okay, the marker lights are on, and there's that bulb and the aisle marker. I mean, that's that center. The marker lights are on. There's CB radio. Headlights. Oh, the headlights won't come on unless the key's on. And now the handbrake is showing that it's on right there. And the hand, I forgot how big that handbrake symbol could be. See, you could make that a bigger symbol when it, let's see, if I turn on, oh, I turned on the engine. Why don't I have low oil? There's a low oil over here not showing too. I'll have to check that out because it should be showing on both sides, low oil pressure. Hot engine. I've got hot engine on both sides, and I know those are wired together too, and I can't test them. Step lights. Where's the step? Step baggage. Aisle. Oh, yes. Yes, the aisle light works also. I'm just checking it. I don't have much of a example for aisle lights. Well, it looks pretty good to me. High beams. Okay, we put on the switch. It is on. Headlamps are on, and high beams. Let's see if our high beam switch light works. Right here, it's the one at the top on the inside. Yeah, there's the high beams. Big old high beam. Yeah. Handbrake. That's this. It'll kill. I just turned off the parking brakes, but it's sitting in a ditch, so it will go off. There it goes. Come on, what's going on now? Oh, wow. Huh. Well, there you have it. And indeed, the bleeding, look, see, you can see the bleeding right here at the top of this one where the no charge, that's the alternator's not running. And oh, defroster's high and low. That's on. And there we go. And the no charge light is on. Low oil should be on. It's not showing. I'll have to look at that. So anyway, there you have it. So I'm gonna call it a day for now and go shut off the power. This is August Allen. Please, love your comments, questions, anything. Talk to you later. Bye.